Days passed without Joy seeing Toby. She felt trapped, cut off from the one person who made her feel alive. One afternoon, while rushing home, she caught sight of him by the school fence, bruises on his face. "What happened to you?" she whispered through the bars. Toby shrugged. "Got into a fight. Doesn't matter. I'm used to it." His eyes softened. "But not seeing you, that hurts more than any punch." Joy's chest ached. She wanted to reach for him, to heal his wounds, but fear of being caught held her back. She left quickly, but her heart burned with longing. That night, Joy knelt in her room, tears dripping onto her Bible. "Lord, please, if this is wrong, take the feelings away, but if it's meant to be, give me strength." She flipped her Bible open, and her eyes fell on 1 Corinthians 13:7. "Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things." The words pierced her. Was this a sign, or was she twisting scripture to justify her heart? The battle within her grew fiercer. During cultural day at school, to everyone's shock, Toby performed a heartfelt rap about pain, hope, and survival. The crowd erupted in applause, teachers and students stunned at his talent. Joy watched, tears in her eyes. He wasn't just a troublemaker, he was an artist, crying out for recognition, for love. For a moment, she imagined a world where her father could see what she saw. But reality quickly reminded her, Pastor Aid would never accept him. Late that week, Joy sneaked out of the house under the excuse of extra choir practice. She met Toby behind the football field, the moonlight casting shadows on his face. "I thought I lost you," he whispered, pulling her close. "You'll never lose me," Joy whispered back, her heart racing. And then for the first time, his lips brushed hers. It was a brief, trembling kiss, but enough to shatter the last piece of innocence she clung to. Unfortunately, they weren't alone. A junior student hiding nearby spotted them and ran off the next morning to spread the story. By lunchtime, the entire school was buzzing. The pastor's daughter kissed Toby. Gossip traveled faster than wildfire. Some laughed, some mocked, others whispered in disbelief. Joy's world came crashing down. She sat silently in class, cheeks burning, while Toby shrugged, pretending not to care. But deep down, both of them knew this was no longer a secret. News of the scandal reached Pastor Aid within days. His enemies in the church smirked behind closed doors. The pastor preaches holiness, yet his daughter kisses a street boy in school. They sneered. Joy's mother tried to defend her. "She's only a child. She'll outgrow it." But Pastor Aid was furious. "This is no childish mistake. This is rebellion," he thundered. His reputation was on the line, and he would stop at nothing to restore it, even at the expense of his daughter's happiness. The school board decided to suspend Toby for indiscipline and immoral behavior. He laughed bitterly when he heard the news. They never needed a reason. "I was born guilty in their eyes." Joy wept when she heard. She knew it was her father's influence. She tried to plead with him, but Pastor Aid silenced her. "That boy is poison. You will never see him again." But Joy's resolve hardened. The more her father pushed, the more determined she became to hold on. Late one night, Joy's mother entered her room quietly. Sitting on the bed, she stroked her daughter's hair. "Joy, I know you feel things deeply, but sometimes love is not enough. Your father wants the best for you." Tears welled in Joy's eyes. "Mama, he's not who they think he is. He has a good heart. Why can't anyone see it?" Her mother sighed. "Because hearts don't always feed you, protect you, or keep a family standing. but I pray one day you'll understand." Joy turned away, her heart splitting in two. After a heated meeting with church elders, Pastor Ade declared his final move. From today, Joy is under watch. She will attend only school and church. No social activities, no excuses. And if she disobeys, she will face consequences she won't forget. The announcement left Joy shaken. It felt less like home and more like a prison. She knew her father loved her in his own way, but his love felt like chains around her wrists. In the darkness of her room, she whispered, "Tobi, wherever you are, I won't let them erase us." Meanwhile, Tobi's suspension left him restless. One evening, while hanging out with older boys, a fight broke out with a rival group. Bottles shattered, fists flew, and in the chaos, Tobi was struck badly on his head. He staggered home, bleeding, collapsing at his mother's door. News reached Joy through a classmate. Her heart froze. Without thinking, she grabbed her scarf and ran out into the night, consequences forgotten. Her father's warning echoed in her mind, but nothing could stop her. Love was calling her into the fire, and she was ready to burn. Joy slipped out of the house under cover of darkness. Her heart pounded as she hurried through back streets, clutching her scarf tight against the cold Harmattan breeze. For the first time in her life, she was defying her father, not in small lies, but in a bold, irreversible act. When she reached Tobi's neighborhood, the smell of dust and kerosene filled the air. She found his house easily, lit dimly by a single lantern. His mother's worried cries spilled into the night. "Tobi, don't close your eyes. Stay with me." Joy rushed in, her breath catching at the sight of Tobi bleeding, his head bandaged with cloth. He tried to smile weakly. "You came." Joy sank to her knees, holding his hand. "Of course I came." Tobi was rushed to the local hospital. The air reeked of antiseptic, the corridors crowded with moaning patients. Joy sat by his bedside, ignoring the curious stares. Tobi's eyelids fluttered. "They'll never forgive you for this." Joy squeezed his hand. "Let them hate me. I don't care. You're worth it." His lips curved into a faint smile. "You're mad, but you're my kind of mad." For the first time, Joy wasn't thinking of her father, her church, or her image. She was only thinking of the boy lying broken before her, and how far she'd go to keep him alive. Joy's absence didn't go unnoticed. Pastor Ade stormed through the house when he realized she was missing. Panic and fury battled in his chest as he called church members to search. Finally, word reached him. "Pastor, your daughter is at the hospital with that boy." Rage boiled in his veins. Abandoning everything, he drove straight there, his headlights cutting through the night like fire. To him, this wasn't just rebellion, it was betrayal. Pastor Ade burst into the hospital ward, his voice thundering. "Joy! What madness is this?" Joy leapt to her feet, trembling. "Daddy, please, he's hurt. He needs me." But her father's glare could have shattered glass. "You shame me in front of the world for this boy? Do you know what people are saying?" Tobi, weak but defiant, raised his head. "Sir, I never asked her to come, but she did. Maybe you should ask why." The confrontation left the ward frozen. For the first time, Joy saw her father as not just a pastor, but a man desperate to control what he was losing. Without another word, Pastor Ade seized Joy by the arm and dragged her away, ignoring her tears. "From tonight, you are no longer free. You will not disgrace this family again," Joy sobbed, twisting in his grip. "Daddy, please, I love him." Her father's face darkened. "Love? This isn't love. It's destruction." As the car sped away, Joy felt her heart shatter. Behind her, the hospital lights grew smaller, and with them, the boy who had captured her soul. Pastor Adi locked Joy in her room, confiscating everything: her diary, her school books, even her pen. Guards from the church were instructed to watch her closely. Joy felt like a prisoner. She cried until her voice broke, pressing her forehead against the barred window. "Toby," she whispered into the night, "don't give up on me." But miles away, Toby lay weak in his hospital bed, his thoughts echoing the same. "Joy, don't forget me." After 2 days, Toby insisted on leaving the hospital despite the doctor's warnings. "I can't stay here while she's locked away," he muttered, staggering to his feet. His mother tried to stop him. "Toby, you'll kill yourself." But his mind was set. "She came for me when no one else did. Now it's my turn." With bandages still on his head, he left into the night, determined to find a way to reach Joy, even if it cost him everything. Inside the Aid household, Joy's mother grew uneasy. She heard her daughter's muffled sobs through the locked door. One night, she slipped in quietly, holding a plate of food. "My child," she whispered, "I can't watch you break like this." Joy clung to her. "Mama, please, he needs me, and I need him." Her mother's eyes filled with tears. "I don't know if this love will save you or destroy you, but I see it's real. I'll help you, but you must be careful." For the first time, Joy felt a flicker of hope. At midnight, Toby appeared outside the Aid compound, limping but determined. He whistled softly, the same Afrobeat tune Joy remembered. Her heart leapt. Rushing to the window, she whispered, "Toby." Her mother's plan had worked. She'd left the back door unlatched. Joy crept out, barefoot, into the arms of the boy she had risked everything for. For a moment, it felt like freedom. But as they ran into the darkness, hand in hand, they didn't realize eyes were watching. Before they reached the street, headlights flashed, and Pastor Aid's voice boomed, "Joy!" They froze like statues. His car screeched to a halt, and he stepped out, rage like fire in his eyes. "You dare bring shame to me again?" Toby stepped forward, shielding Joy. "Sir, if you truly love her, let her choose." Pastor Aid's jaw clenched. "Over my dead body." The night air hung heavy. For the first time, Joy realized her love wasn't just a secret romance anymore. It was a war between faith, family, and freedom. After the failed escape, Pastor Aid tightened his grip even further. Joy was transferred to a strict boarding school far from home. The compound was fenced, guarded, and spiritually safe. Joy felt utterly abandoned. Letters to Toby were intercepted, her phone cut off. Nights were the worst. She would sit by her dorm window, whispering his name into the darkness. "Toby, don't forget me." But though she was caged, her heart remained free. Back in town, Toby made a bold decision. He abandoned street fights and gave his all to music. Every night, he poured his pain into lyrics about survival, love, and faith. Surprisingly, his raw songs caught the attention of a youth choir leader. "Your words could change lives, Toby. Come, use your gift for something greater." At first, he resisted. But when he remembered Joy's belief in him, he nodded. "For her, I'll try." Meanwhile, Pastor Ade faced his own storm. Rumors about Joy's scandal refused to die. Enemies in the church seized the opportunity, whispering, "If the pastor cannot control his own house, how can he control the house of God?" Attendance dropped, offerings fell. For the first time, Pastor Aid felt his pulpit trembling beneath him. Yet instead of softening, he hardened his stance, preaching stricter sermons about holiness. But inside, doubt gnawed at him. Months later, a massive youth concert was organized in the city. Pastor Aid agreed to attend, desperate to restore his image. Unknown to him, Tobi, now performing gospel-inspired rap, was on the lineup. The crowd roared as Tobi took the stage. His lyrics cut deep. They said I'm broken, unworthy to be loved, but grace found me and lifted me above. Joy, sitting among the students, froze when she heard the voice. Her heart skipped wildly. Could it be? As Tobi finished his set, his eyes swept across the audience and locked with Joy's. Time froze. The noise of the crowd faded. For a moment, it was just them, bound across distance by music and memory. Tears filled Joy's eyes. He wasn't the same reckless boy she fell for. He was stronger, brighter, transformed. And in that moment, her love burned fiercer than ever. After the concert, Joy found her way backstage. Tobi stood there, sweat glistening, clutching his microphone. Joy, he whispered, as if afraid she was a dream. She threw her arms around him, sobbing. I thought I'd lost you. You never lost me, he said, holding her tightly. Not even when the whole world tried to keep us apart. But their embrace was cut short by a stern cough. Pastor Aid stood in the doorway, eyes blazing. The confrontation erupted backstage. So this is what you've become, Tobi? Using music to deceive my daughter, Pastor Aid thundered. But the choir leader stepped forward. Pastor, this boy's music has touched hundreds. He's not who you think he is. Slowly, even Tobi's mother, who had come to support him, spoke up. Sir, my son may be rough, but he is not evil. He only needed someone to believe in him. Your daughter saw that before anyone else did. The words cracked something deep in Pastor Aid's chest. Back at home, Joy confronted her father directly for the first time. Her voice trembled, but her resolve was firm. Daddy, I love God, and I love you, but I also love Tobi. If love is truly from God, why should I choose between them? Why can't I honor my faith and still choose the one who makes my heart alive? The words silenced the room. Pastor Aid stared at her, torn between pride, anger, and a faint glimmer of realization. That night, Pastor Aid prayed like never before. His voice cracked as he cried out, Lord, have I been leading with pride instead of love? Have I chained my daughter in my fear of men's judgment? Visions of his past, his own youthful struggles, flashed before him. He remembered how once he too had been dismissed as unworthy before God lifted him. With tears streaming, he whispered, maybe she was right all along. The following Sunday, Pastor Aid shocked the congregation. He declared, I have preached rules without love, but love is the greatest commandment. Today, I choose to trust God with my daughter's heart. The crowd murmured, stunned. Joy, sitting in the front row, wept silently. Tobi, invited that day, sang a song of hope that moved the entire church. Later, in the quiet of their home, Pastor Aid took Joy's hand. I may not fully understand, but if you believe in this boy, then I will not stand in your way. Only promise me one thing, keep God first. Joy hugged him tightly, sobbing, thank you, Daddy. For the first time, love and faith were no longer enemies, but companions on the same path. Joy looked at Tobi and knew her journey had just begun.